The Peloponnesian War 431 to 404 BCE. The long and bitter conflict between Athens and Sparta is often depicted as a duel between two great city-states. However, to reduce this war to just a conflict between these two powers would be to overlook the complex web of alliances, rivalries, and diplomatic maneuvering that defined the Greek world at the time. The war was not just Athens versus Sparta. It was a war involving numerous city-states, each with its own interests, motivations, and strategies. In particular, the role of Corinth, Thebes, and the Peloponnesian League was crucial in shaping the war's trajectory and outcome. These allies of Sparta played significant roles in financing, fighting, and advising the course of the war. Their motivations were not always aligned with those of Sparta, and they frequently pushed for policies that served their own interests. This story delves into the pivotal role of Corinth, Thebes, and the Peloponnesian League in the Peloponnesian War, examining their contributions and the often complicated relationships between allies during this protracted conflict. 1. The Peloponnesian League, a coalition of oligarchies. The Peloponnesian League was an alliance of city-states led by Sparta. It was formed in the 6th century BCE as a loose confederation of oligarchic city-states in the Peloponnese and surrounding regions. Unlike Athens' Delian League, which had evolved into an empire dominated by Athens, the Peloponnesian League operated more as an alliance of equals, with member states contributing troops to a shared cause but retaining their autonomy. The primary bond between the members of the Peloponnesian League was a shared fear and suspicion of Athenian imperialism. Many of these states had oligarchic governments and saw Athens' promotion of democracy as a threat to their political systems. Although Sparta was the hegemon of the League, it did not wield absolute control, and key allies like Corinth and Thebes played influential roles in shaping League policies. Sparta itself was a conservative, land-based military power that was slow to act and preferred to avoid offensive wars. This conservatism often clashed with the more aggressive foreign policies of its allies, particularly Corinth, which had a strong interest in protecting its economic and naval dominance. 2. Corinth, the spark that ignited the war. Corinth was one of the most important city-states in ancient Greece. Located on the narrow isthmus connecting the Peloponnese to mainland Greece, Corinth was a major commercial hub and naval power. Corinth's maritime prowess made it a rival to Athens, especially in the Western Greek world, where both city-states competed for influence. The origins of the Peloponnesian War can be traced back to Corinth's rivalry with Athens. Corinth had long been a member of the Peloponnesian League, but tensions with Athens escalated in the years leading up to the war, particularly over Athenian interference in Corinthian colonies and spheres of influence. The dispute over Corcyra, Corfu. One of the key events that led to the outbreak of war was the conflict between Corinth and its former colony, Corcyra, modern-day Corfu. Corcyra had grown powerful and independent, and tensions between it and Corinth escalated into open conflict. When Corcyra sought an alliance with Athens in 433 BCE, Corinth was outraged, viewing this as a direct threat to its influence in the Ionian Sea. Athens, seeing an opportunity to weaken Corinth and expand its own influence, accepted the Corcyrian alliance, sending ships to assist Corcyra in its fight against Corinth. The resulting Battle of Sabota saw Athens and Corinth openly clashing, marking one of the first significant battles between the two city-states and escalating tensions with Sparta. Potidaea, another flashpoint. Another critical conflict involving Corinth was the Siege of Potidaea. Potidaea was a Corinthian colony but also a member of the Delian League, paying tribute to Athens. When Athens ordered Potidaea to tear down its walls and dismiss its Corinthian magistrates, Potidaea, with Corinthian support, revolted. This led to a protracted siege by the Athenians, further angering Corinth and contributing to the growing sense that war with Athens was inevitable. Corinth's role in pushing for war. As tensions escalated, Corinth became one of the most vocal advocates for war against Athens within the Peloponnesian League. Corinth's commercial interests, its rivalry with Athens for control of the Western Greek world, and its anger over Athens' interference in its affairs all combined to make Corinth a driving force behind Sparta's decision to go to war. At the Spartan assembly, Corinthian envoys delivered a passionate speech, urging Sparta to take action against Athens before it was too late. They warned that if Athens was allowed to continue its imperial expansion unchecked, the balance of power in Greece would be forever altered. Sparta, under increasing pressure from its allies, finally agreed to declare war on Athens in 431 BCE, thus beginning the Peloponnesian War.